with the NEP program of MMTTC, SGBAU, and I am grateful to Professor Director Mohammad Atik sir and the team who has made it possible. And in this session, I know very much it is afternoon session and it will not be very easy for people to what we call constantly listen for more than 1 or 2 hours. But as much as possible, definitely I'll make it interactive and interesting. And interactive, I have limitation. What happened? No, normally there will be a lot of contents. And when I ask questions, I don't see many questions coming to me. So I would request you to kindly post your messages and which I will be responding in between. That will be easier for you and me. If you have any doubts or any questions, no, you can just post it and I will occasionally glance through. Or if you want to ask the question, that's also very fine. Okay, then we will go to this important topic, namely skill development. Yeah, there are various themes given, but among the various themes, I consider this is one of the very important one because ultimately uh, we are with the education system, schools or colleges and everything, and our kids, my kids, your kids, all are studying there and here. What is the purpose? It is not academic purpose alone. It is not academic journey alone. Ultimately, they should get a, yeah, I would not say job. They may be, it may be, they may be starting their own institutions or their own setups because nowadays we cannot say factory and all. So entrepreneurship. So for that, they should have the skills, and that's what we are all are trying to train them. Okay. So, but how to train them, and that's all because become a difficult subject now, and you'll come to know when I show you some examples and why government of India has taken this very serious step of skill development or the NEP education. And the NEP education, the core idea is that also I'll be telling in between. That is our way of teaching, which you and me and all past so many years, decades, we have practiced. Now suddenly it has become necessary for all of us to change. And why it's like that? So then there in between some videos will be there, and it will not be a monotonous talk from 2 to 5 or 4:45. Let us see. So I'm with your permission, I'm sharing my first slide. Yeah, and that's the introduction. Nothing much to do, and then we go to the next one. Okay, so this one actually, yeah, I want to show you the one from Rabindranath Tagore, the great Rabindranath Tagore ji, what he has told long ago. But there is an irony here. I could not find out the exact source reference when I saw. So it is generally being paraphrased as this great personality of India has said it long ago. But what he has said long ago is very important. Is my slides visible? Am I audible? Because I'm not seeing anyone.
Yes, sir, yes.
Okay, so you can make out what he has read. So he simply says, don't limit a child. Child, you take it as our students. To your own learning, don't try to teach them what we learned. Because we learned some 1 decade ago, 2 decades ago, maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago. But the present day, she or he who might be that, they are in another time. And that is quite true of the present day students. Teachers also, we are in a difficult phase. Tell you very frankly, I know that because being in this particular transitional phase, we are also clueless. That will come to know why. Okay, so the Rabindranath Tagore's quote is important. And what is it? It says that, yeah, the needs of today's learners, that's what you have to see. And what is the needs of today's learners? And how it differs from what we learned. So just think about what is the reason for you and me all landed in a college and did our UG or PG and PhD, and ultimately we got a job. Yes, we should be happy and proud about it. Okay, but what about the current generation? They're also aiming for the same thing. You just try to recollect what you were doing some 10, 20 years ago. There is at least some kind of certainty. We will get a job somewhere once you complete your PG or PhD or say whatever might be that. Now, can we say the same to the present generation students? If students ask us, yeah, if this course is good, or which course I should take and what guarantee I should get a job and all, and added to that, you see that now the formal jobs, the formal, informal. So now what's happening? Most of the permanent jobs are coming down. Now it is mostly contract jobs. And in many of our education systems, we know what's happening all across the state. So the appointments also, in most states, it has come down. But anyway, this is not a discouraging fact, but this is a reality like. So there will be all these younger states coming to us, they are getting the degree, and after that, what to do? Okay. So that's because, and added to that, when we try to teach them what we learned, that alone will not help them. What is the need of the hour? So that's why it is, yeah, some points I highlighted, not replicated outdated norms. Now, what is urgent today? There's a generational gap, generational shift is there. New technology, new values, global challenges. Okay, so that already we have seen in all these sessions past 7 days. So I'll go to the next part. And one more, these quotes, I like it very much. They're all thought-provoking. And also see the period, Franklin Roosevelt in 1940. Those who have seen the movie Oppenheimer, you might have seen this person. And he was not respecting Oppenheimer. And when anyway, I would say he ridiculed him. But anyway, that's a different thing. But this great personality, because he ruled America during the World War I, II, and that particular phase, what he said, we cannot build a future for our youth. We cannot. With my UG or PG or my PhD, I don't know. But we can build our youth for the future. That's what I said. During earlier days, some 10, 20 years ago, BSc, UG or PG, we have a plan. We'll get into this job, teaching or some other job or some industry or something is there. Now, can we be so sure about it? We do not know. But instead, there are so many other options are there. Anyway, we see later. So, what Roosevelt emphasized is that we can just equip our kids, our students. Yeah, our kids means our students. Skills and knowledge, and last, resilience, adaptation. Adaptation. There is no guarantee. We cannot assure. Once you complete this course, you'll get a job. And now they are all in the very, what we call, light phase of their life. UG and PG, happily they are going. After coming out, only they come to know whether it is engineering degree or what might be that. Job market demands, and the pressure from family, employment, this all will come. So, and how to adapt with that. And then they notice that what they learned is not sufficient to get them a job. And then they will turn against us. 5 years we studied, and with the degree, I'm a biology teacher. My zoology, botany, what I taught them. What is the point? Okay. So, it's a very good quote from the great personality. Yeah, but because, and this is the advantage of nations with the great leaders and visionaries. 1940. Now we are in now in 2025. Those are the people, because his education was good and he could, he's a visionary like. Anyway, so that's one. Then we go to next one. This another thing. And my experience as a college principal. And that too, one of the very good colleges in this part of the country. I would say that the first one to get A++ long ago in the country. And we get very good students. Yeah,
पाटिल, गोवर्धन, यादव, तो यादव कुछ नहीं पता.
Dr. Mangesh Shalkeji, please mute your mic.
उनको बोलो वेट करने. यूनिवर्सिटी से आ रहा है.
Mangesh sir, kindly mute. Kindly mute.
लैंड होगा पीसीई में होगा. पीसीई में मैकेनिकल में आएगा वो. आया नहीं अभी तक.
I am communicating to him.
Yeah, it happens.
हाँ मैडम बोलिए. अच्छा आवाज नहीं आ रही. ठीक है. हाँ ठीक कर दिया मैडम. थैंक यू. हाँ हो गया. ठीक है. थैंक यू. पायस आपका नाम लिया जा रहा है बोले.
Yeah, thank you. I had that option. I never knew. I could have muted him earlier. Anyway, so it happens. So we are used to it. Okay. So then we go to the next one. World Economic Forum, international body, a forum, Future of Jobs Report, 2025, April 2025, article I am saying, jobs in India. What do they say? Their findings are, you read it carefully. 2/3 of companies operating in India, 2 by 3 companies, they are finding that they are not getting sufficiently skilled individuals. The youngsters coming to them are not skilled enough to be employed. All across the world, this problem is there. It is 47%. In India, it is so acute. You can say nearly 33%. Sorry. 67%, like that. Okay, so what the companies are doing, if they are not getting good jobs, talented individuals to work in their factories or in their organizations, bank or schools, we leave it. Okay. And they started training themselves. So what does that mean? Offering training by removing degree requirements. What does it mean for you and me? We are in the field of this education. I put in apostles industry. Yeah, we are all employed here. Whatever we say it and all, monthly salary should come. Okay, and for that we need students. And if the companies are saying that the degrees, the students or the youngsters coming to them with the degree, and the degrees are of no use to them, instead they are saying, we will train. Imagine 3 years I taught them botany or zoology, environmental science, everything. And he's going to a company, and the company is teaching them something different. And it applies to your topics also, economics, commerce, maths, whatever made that. So the problem is, if this starts, ultimately what happens, there will not be, students will say, there is no point after +2, what's the need to go to this particular college, the traditional courses? We'll go to this company or the company-owned colleges. And that's the reality. Okay. And this I have personal experience also. Long ago, in 2020-21 period, when I was in the institution, my college, in Calicut, we have a number of IT companies. IT parks are there. And as I said, we get a very good pool of students from this North Kerala. They come to the college and interview our students, and they are all taken in. And then I asked them, why you're taking all of them? You're not specifically saying BSc Physics or BSc Computer Science or nothing. They come and take everyone, whoever is there. And the logic they are given to us, so yours is a very good college, and we know that you are attracting the best students here. So that's all we need. We are not bothered whether they are studying Hindi, English, economics, or maths, or whoever is interested come, and we will train them. Same thing exactly what now the 2025 report says. And the companies like Reliance or the TCS or the Infosys or any other company in your region, L&T, if they start offering courses, who will be in your college? That's our perspective. What about the student? You and me join this place, join the college for what? Get degree and get employed somewhere. Necessary skills. There comes the question of skills. Okay. And next one, the same World Economic Forum, international body, what they say. There are jobs are there, lots of jobs, 170 million new jobs by 2030, but all going to be in the new field. That means new skills are required. And nearly 92 million jobs will go. All the type will go. So what is needed for the future? So youngsters who are entering the workforce, they should get relevant skills. Now we are providing them outdated, irrelevant skill. And read the next one, which I put in yellow color. India Skill Report 2024, 65% of plus 2 students. After the plus 2, they enter a college, but the subject they're taking, it is they may not be interested. It is out of family pressure or society pressure. After plus 2, they could have gone for something else, some technical job or something, but they just follow the trend, join a college, and ultimately what happened? They come out from these colleges with degrees ill-equipped, degrees which won't help them get a job. And India's crisis. So the future of jobs in India, this is also from the same forum. And then more importantly, this PowerPoint presentation, I will be sharing with you later. You can visit these links. And many of these links will be giving you lots of information. You refer it later. Okay. So future of jobs in India. What does the this international forum says? World Economic Forum. Very, very interesting. In job, fastest in India, fastest growing jobs are in technology related roles. Big data, AI, machine learning, cyber security management. And don't misread me, I am a biologist and my subject is not there. There are many social science teachers are here. Teachers from the linguistics, they are here. And other branches of science also there. But in the future, it is going to be like this. Why? Because we are in the fourth industrial revolution. 4 revolutions, industrial revolutions, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the fourth industrial revolution, the requirements are different. And they are saying like, and for that only government of India has brought in all these India AI missions, Skill India Digital Hub. So there are 2 reasons: more jobs here, and also to provide skills to the youngsters. Okay. Then one more word: labor market trend in India. This international forum, their survey, it says that finding skilled employees in the local labor market is not easy in India. So filling vacancies by hiring foreign labor. Foreign labor doesn't mean foreigners coming over here. There are students who went abroad, got good degrees, got international degrees, and they were trained in a different way. And they have better chances. And if foreigners are coming, that's a different thing. So these are the core points you have to think about. And this have come from World Economic Forum Future of Jobs Report. Future of Jobs Report. Okay. And then Skill India report also mentioned. Then we will go to the next important funny thing. career counseling platform, Mindler. And according to their survey, 93% of our students, they know only 6 types of jobs. Sorry, 7 types of jobs. What are they? Doctor, engineer, lawyer, CA, MBA, IAS, teacher, college or school, who might be that. But the modern economy, you read that 2019 survey, 93%, they know only 7. Okay, but my question, how many teachers are also aware of it? That is, the modern economy offers, there are so many career options. Nearly 5,000 jobs are there in 40 domains. 250 career options are there. Many of our students, after completing the degree, economics or chemistry or whatever might be that, somehow, somewhere they land in, they get a job. And what type of job they get? That may be one of these. For that, no, they go for additional training. And that is the time when they say the degree, the chemistry or the biology which are taken is of no use to me. I got a job because of a 6-month training I have taken in another area. Okay. So, this is also very important data. Many students are going after degrees not good for them. And what happened in the industry? They struggle. And okay, so that's the scenario. And then what are these jobs like? I given a list, not all of them. 250 career options are there, 40 domains. A few domains I have given, a few career options I have given. So the engineering itself, these are the emerging areas: robotics, environment engineer, data science, agreed. Then we go to the law and legal services, cyber law expert. You are reading a lot of digital arrest and all those things, a lot of digital cheating. These are the emerging areas. Human rights lawyer, companies, and their number. So, okay. And then I take you to another one. Yeah, we can say computer science. Okay, that's also okay. Then hospitality and tourism. It's not only 3-star, 5-star hotel alone. There is. Now, there are lots of event managers are there, big stages, big programs and all, agencies, travel consultants are there, tourists, hotel revenue analysts. So there are so many. So these are the careers which the modern economy offers. Okay. Then we come to the next part. What you see in this image, these are the population pyramids. Age pyramid, biologists we say age pyramid, age class wise distribution of people. So you can see on the right side Indian population, on the left side the Chinese population. Okay, so you can see in 2024 India 1.45 billion. 1.45 billion, not million. Okay, so China 1.4142 billion. So now it is 1.46. India is more populous. And in this image, you can see, or in this age pyramid, population pyramid, there are different age classes are there, 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, like that. So how many of this 1.46 population are in the 0 to 5? In India, it is male population. If you look for 0 to 5 age, the youngest age, 4.1% are in the below 5 age group. Whereas in China, only 2%, 1.9% of male population. So China has less number of youngsters. India has more number of youngsters. 2024 data. Everyone was happy. India, 65% of the population, 0 to 5 up to 35. And you can see one is pyramid, the other one is urn-shaped. So urn-shaped means the base is narrowing, and that is a trend in the declining population. Declining population. Okay. So in India, 65% is under age 5. So we have 65% of our population under age 35. Whereas China is having only 41%. So all our media, bureaucrats, politicians, everybody happy saying that this is going to be a great achievement. in the coming years, India is going to become a global economy. We are a global economy, but we are going to be the number one, number two, and all those. But all those dreams were shattered when the 2024 employment data came up. 45% in the 2024 age group are without jobs. What do you mean by 2024? The UG, PG students we are churning out. We are training them who are coming out from the colleges. 45% are without jobs. All are coming out with degrees. Same thing happened in Latin America. It is known as a Latin American puzzle. We'll tell you later. South America. So many colleges, so many schools, all high infrastructure, but employment not happening. There is no jobs at all. And that's what we thought. But it's other way. Jobs are there, but skills are not there. Skill development. Because theoretical learning, Indian education system, our students are all good in getting 99, 98%, mugging up by heart, by heart, by heart. And the +2, after +2, vast majority will be forced to go to some training institutes, engineering or medical or MBA, somehow, not MBA. And they all mug up a lot of things. Practical learning, practical skills demanded for the job market, no. Industrial level skills, no. Life skills, that's also a problem. How to be a leader and how to cooperate with others and how to properly behave in a workplace. Training, no, it's all lacks. Our education is not providing. Anyway, that's not the core question here. The question is employment declining, but all are lots of colleges, universities with degrees. This is the tragedy in India. So what's the problem? Skill development, skill-based education in India, it is important. And this government of India has realized it. Some 2005 or 9 itself. There are reasons. I'll come to you later. Okay. And this is another article. You can see it is written as India's demographic dividend. The same 65% population which we say below 35. It is a time bomb. What do you mean by time bomb? A time bomb can explode anytime. Why? What we see in these images, all the students going out from our colleges after the UG and PG, they are not getting a job. People will laugh at them. Society, their parents will criticize them. And these poor things sitting at home, because sitting at home also not possible in many places. That's why they go out. And what they will do? You and me know it. No income, no freedom also. And they may become, it is not a dividend, demographic dividend, they will become devils for the society. That's what it is called, time bomb. It may explode anytime. Around you, if you are seeing a lot of poor people and you are the only person who is earning 1 lakh or 1.5 lakh and all, having all the luxuries, your kids alone going to good places and all, others, neighbors definitely envious, but other than that, out of their helplessness, ultimately it will lead to anarchy, violence. And that's what this article correctly said. Do you agree with me? Our students know when you are calling them for alumni meeting and all, if they are not coming, I know it very well. Many of them reluctant to come because they did not get the kind of jobs. And they do not want to see us also. Not because they don't love or anything like that. Yeah, they feel embarrassed. That's a good article. I'll share later. And then we'll go to the next one. And this is what I said. What we are teaching them, whether it belongs to fourth industrial revolution or not. See, what is industrial revolution? 1760, 1840 roughly. First industrial revolution. Mine and your great grandfathers. 1840, 1940, 2040, like that. So 150 years ago. And that is the period when all this transformation happened. Steam engines, arrival of machines, mechanization. Before that, people were living, as you see in this particular image. What do you see here? People who are depending upon animal power and water power. So animal power, you can see a bullock cart. A bullock, two bullocks are here. These animals are used for pumping of water, tilling, that is instead of no tractor, no nothing at all. So, yeah, that's the reality. So you just think about the period. Suppose we are having no way of going out, no bikes, no cars, no trains like this. This was how the economy, the society some 150 years ago. So people could not go out. They would have been living within your village itself. Some 30, 40 kilometers. How many kilometers you can travel in a bullock cart? Now you are in Amravati or in Nagpur, wherever might be that. You will not be seeing a Delhi, Bombay, and very easily. Imagine no. Okay. So this was all transformed because of this arrival of steam engine. James Watt, 1765, his discovery. So people could move out from your areas, and they happen here also. People can go to your region to Bombay, Delhi, and they can work in factories, get jobs. And what happened to the society? Each revolution transformed industries and economies. Each revolution transformed industry, economy, and society also. Agriculture society, it became what? It became rural agriculture society. People who were within some 10, 20 kilometers, 50 kilometers maximum, they started moving out, going out for jobs and education. Then who got jobs? Those days, to work in factories, large unskilled workforce, only basic education is required, some calculation, some English, some Hindi, and some basic operating the machine, that's all. And next phase came, Industrial Revolution 2, 1870 to 1940. Now the steam engine is replaced by the next machine. What is that? Not machine, electricity. And more big and bigger factories came. So more factories means more workforce became necessary. Electricity powered industry, unskilled workforce to operate machines and assembly line. Imagine some 200 years ago, some 100 years ago, there are a lot of factories. It's a European sense. Germany, UK, wherever might be that. India also. Factories like this, you will be working from morning to evening like this. And what job? The same job from morning to evening doing, and unskilled, only that much skill is required. And to show the picture of society during the second industrial revolution, I prefer to refer this particular video. Modern Times, 1936, Charlie Chaplin. And this is a replicant of how the society was during that particular period. Just wait one moment, I'll take you to video.
Section 5, keep it the limit.
Is this video visible? Sound clear? Now we have stopped it. Hello? Somebody there?
Hello.
Yeah, is it visible? Okay. Yeah, the rest of the video watch it later. So the point what I want to bring it here, second industrial revolution that led to the arrival of so many factories. So as I said, everything changes. So transformation occurs. So their lifestyle become like morning to evening when people start walking, there are a lot of pressures and all. And that's what this movie, Modern Times, 1936, it shows here. Okay. So that was the scenario, second industrial revolution. And then we go to the next one, third revolution. So the second industrial revolution, and we are not born during this period, so we did not know. Okay, so first came steam engine, then came electricity, then people from all villages, they started working industry, economy, society changed. And third one, we are part of it. Third industrial revolution. We started our career or our life during this period because all of us are born during this particular period, schooling and all. Digital and automation. See, imagine some 20, 30 years ago, nobody thought that this computer or the laptop like this, everyone will be owning one. So, digital technology, and that took over. Computers started controlling everything. And the workforce have to learn new skills to operate and manage digital technology. Digital technology. I'll take you to one example. What happened to all of us during the COVID period? Many teachers, maybe your seniors or who might be that, everyone, we were all forced to turn towards the digital technology. Those who are not knowing the basics also learned how to prepare PowerPoint, how to project it, and somehow it all went. Whether it is Microsoft Team or Google Meet or Zoom, everybody purchased a computer and got the basics. If that was not done, what might have happened? Imagine one teacher in your department saying, no, I don't know anything about it. I don't want to learn also. He would have been thrown out from the institution. Students would have rejected. And similarly, parents also. This is what we call digital and automation. And now with the Google Pay and all, many, we are finding it difficult. I hope so. Because for me and all, nowadays now we don't keep hard cash at all. And internet banking, it has made life so easy for many of us. But our some people who are in the age class of 70 and 80 and who are not having the digital technology basic knowledge, they are finding it difficult. Agreed. Anyway, so this is the third phase you are going through, third industrial revolution. So next one, and this is our challenge. Why this is a challenge for us, I'll take you to another video, and that will show you what kind of industries are coming up now and what is meant by the so-called smart factories. This is the phase of fourth industrial revolution. It started from 2000. And now the AI and robotics and big data. What happened to all our floppy, Siri and all those? It all went off. Internet of Things, self-learning machines, highly automated production. And into these factories who are located only highly skilled and talented individuals. Are we providing our students the necessary skills needed to survive in the fourth industrial revolution is the question. And to understand that, there are many examples, and I'll take you to one very interesting, very boasting video from Tesla. They also learned it within 1 year. Now they are nobody in that field because Chinese undertook them. Took over. And this is about Tesla factory. Almost all, whether it's Tesla or Honda or Volkswagen, they all use the same kind of
Did you know that Tesla
technology.
produces?
I'll take you to another video. I would say you must watch it, and you think about whether we are having, are our students are getting the training required to survive in the fourth industrial revolution. One moment.
Few different cars, like the Model S, X, and 3, and they all go together a little differently. But for the sake of today's example, we're going to focus just on Tesla's most popular vehicle, the Model Y, and specifically the Model Y variation that they are building at the Gigafactory in Texas, because this is the most clear example of how Tesla makes a vehicle in a way that no other company on Earth can match. The first stage of this process is going to be fabricating the various panels.
That statement, no other company on the earth can match, you just forget it, because actually poor Tesla, within very not short time, so many companies came up in China, and there are other companies also, Honda and all, they are doing the same thing. Somehow this fellow was unaware of it, or maybe.
Panels and vehicle structure that make up the Model Y body. To do that, Tesla is going to use a process called stamping. This is pretty simple. You have two halves of a die mold that hold the shape of the part that you want to make. Then you place a sheet of metal in between those two halves. Typically, that's going to be aluminum. And then the machine stamps down on that sheet of metal to form it into the desired shape. There are going to be dozens of these stamping machines involved in fabricating all of the components that make up the body structure. The next step from there is going to be piecing them all together. That's where the big robot arms and conveyor belts start to come into play. They are welding together all of those stamped pieces to begin forming the skeleton of the Model Y body, moving from one robot down the line to the next, each one adding a new piece of the puzzle. This is what they call the body in white stage of the process. The car is not actually white at this point. It doesn't have any paint at all. I don't know why they call it that. But once the skeleton frame is complete, they're going to start attaching all of the body panels, like the fenders, the doors, the hood, and the trunk. These can't just be slapped on by robots, so there are going to be workers attaching and bolting down all of this bodywork. In theory, they would be ensuring that everything is fitted perfectly straight and even. But in practice, Tesla has been known to fall short on that aspect, though apparently Giga Texas is turning that around with nice, tight fits on the bodywork. From there, we go on to the paint shop, where the assembled body gets sprayed with primer and then sanded down to a level surface. Then it goes through a whole series of spraying and dunking and drying sessions, getting multiple layers of paint and gloss, depending on the finish. White is the easiest, that's why it's the cheapest. Red is the most complicated, with multiple layers of color and metallic speckles, and that's why it's more expensive. After the paint is dried, buffed, and polished, the body goes off to have all of the interior paneling fitted, the electronics wired up, and the glass installed. Now, simultaneous to all of that, there's going to be a separate process going on to manufacture the Model Y's underbody and powertrain. For that, they're going to start with a structural battery pack. This creates the central frame section of the vehicle, in addition to holding all of the 4680 battery cells, along with the integrated cooling and electrical architecture. Then to that battery pack, they are going to directly bolt on the front and rear Giga castings, and that is the entire underbody ready to go in a few steps. The electric motors are then integrated into the Giga castings, one in the front and one in the back. Each is connected through a gearbox into the drive axles for all four wheels. The suspension is all tied into the castings, and the brakes and wheels are added to create a big rolling structure, kind of like a skateboard. Then on top of the battery pack, they are going to lay down the carpeted flooring, attach the center console and interior trim, and then bolt down all four seats directly to the top of the structural battery pack. Then the last big step is going to be to drop the finished body directly on top of the frame and powertrain assembly. The two are connected together by a series of bolts all around the perimeter of the structural pack and castings. From there, the Model Y gets the finishing touches from a team of people doing the final quality control. Again, in theory, this is where any defects and issues are identified and fixed before the vehicle rolls out to be delivered to the customer. Now, that is how the process works at Giga Texas, and it's fairly similar at Giga Shanghai. So now you have some additional context for how incredible it is that all of that can be done so efficiently that they can produce a brand new Tesla every 30 seconds at the Shanghai.
So that's the point. So what you have observed here, fourth industrial revolution, and how an factory being operated, smart factories, self-learning machine, highly automation, all those things which we read, what is happening inside a factory. Machines communicating, analyzing data, okay, and decisions are all taken by the machines. So this is a scenario. So the question what I asked or we have to think about is, what kind of jobs, what kind of training we are giving. I mean, anyway, we are not going to send them all to a car factory, nothing at all, agreed. But this is the environment in almost all the factories in various fields. You will see in the other sites also. So all these require highly skilled and talented individuals. And what about our engineering students? Those have no real life experience with any of these machines. And compare to them with the students from other international universities and all, who have exposure in one way or other way. And where do they stand? Okay. So this is the problem which we are facing now. As I said, we are mostly still with the outdated technologies, outdated mode of teaching. That is what NEP is trying to undo. And it requires lots of effort because we ourselves are in a difficult spot. Okay, so what to do? So as I said, revolutions, industry, economy, society, with each revolution it's happening, whether it is first industrial revolution, second industrial revolution, it all. But now it has become highly essential. Developed countries boost productivity with the minimum human intervention. Highly skilled, talented individuals who can develop machines, manage machines, and optimize advanced system. That is the requirement. And this one I'm skipping, that you can see later. Yeah, Volkswagen factory, the same Polo or all these vehicles, same things. Okay. And then other fields also. It is not only in car industry alone. What you see here? Other areas. You may not be seeing in our country. I'll come to that later. But across the world, developed countries, they are marching ahead like this. Robotic harvesters, AI-driven tractors, drones. Okay, so, and then India also, there may be a few firms now who are taken these steps and all, but otherwise this is going to be the future. So are we training our youngsters for this area? That's the question. One moment. Okay. Then we go to, this is the one which I told you, car industry, automation in agriculture, agro-based industry. Then what about the food processing, packaging? Just show you one example, kernel automation. Okay. Just a glimpse to have an idea what is happening there.
Foods. We're based here in New York City. The company got started about 2 years ago, did 2 years of R&D trying to figure out how to take chef-crafted fresh food that's made every single day and turn it into fast food using ingredients that you would find in your kitchen The food industry is certainly facing some challenges these days, and one of them revolves around labor. What we've set out to do is look to say, what are the jobs that are the least appealing to people in the industry, where we could use automation to supplement and make the rest of the jobs better paying jobs, jobs that you want to stay in. When you walk into the back of the kitchen, you find this role, the expediter. The person in the back, often screaming and yelling, there's tickets flying around, orders are coming through, orders are being called out. Then when you're dealing with hot food, there's loading in and out of the oven and making sure that you're timing things all in the right way. This is where using a multi-axis robot from KUKA and the automation technology that we put around it allows us to simplify that process and create a whole lot of consistency. And that's where I think we've done something pretty unique and special. We love KUKA for this purpose because KUKA makes an industrial robot that fit our price point and we know is absolutely reliable and something that we can control and manage remotely, which is important as we roll out restaurants all around the country. One of the other things that was unique with the KUKA solution is that we were able to choose an HO robot so that we're able to use food and health grade products in our entire food preparation.
We chose KUKA primarily for
One moment, I'm coming back. So that's what you're seeing, food processing industry. Similarly, textile, garment industry. There are so many videos are there. Other different part of the country. Sorry, world region, global region, China, Australia, everywhere. So they are all thinking ahead like this. Machines, robotic sieving machines. And there was one very funny thing. You know, I'll share the video later. You'll be surprised. 500 million pencils. Chinese factory, the way it is being produced, mass production. Okay. So what is the need? What is the need of Java? That's the question we are coming back to. Automation and AI, higher productivity with the fewer workers. That's what companies are globally. And skill requirement shift, growing demand for highly skilled workers. Proficient technology, programming, AI, and what may happen to unskilled labor, displacement will happen. The traditional large workforce is not needed. They will be out of job. So unemployment and underemployment if one is not skilled enough. So what's needed for the future? And that's the question. Large population, is it a benefit? Yes. Provided they have the skills necessary to work up in. See what you have seen, these images or the videos which are shown you here, all these factories, all these agriculture, agro-technology and all, agriculture especially. You may think about, is it all possible in India? We have to change. And I'll take you to another example and then you will come to know why it is like that. So, productivity and this reality. Okay. So this is to this pool of unemployed people, we are pumping out our youngsters. Are they with the necessary skills? Are you all here? Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I can continue, no problem. Okay, if you have any questions or anything.
No, sir.
Okay, so you are listen, and as I said, no, I'll be taking in a different way, and yeah, and this all sub-theme, NEP, this is all coming up here, skilling, unskilling, and all. Instead of telling what is skilling and all, that's what I'm saying here with examples. Okay, so yeah, we go to the next one. So what's required? Adaptation, upskilling, and reskilling. Best example is our case. We have conducted 2 AI courses. And we brought in the best educators available in the AI from India. Teachers must know what is AI. Otherwise, no, these kids, when kids means our students, they are smarter than us. They have a lot of free time. And they are exposed to very AI tools and many of the things which we teach. And when we really utilize only, we come to know, is it all necessary? or don't we have to change our way of teaching? Okay, so what I advise you, please do join the AI, sorry, or understanding. There are a number of videos also. What are the possibilities and what to do that 1 or 2 days, and that will give you a picture. Okay, so we have to now upskilling has become necessary and reskilling also. What happened? See, sometimes what happened? Upskilling, we may be knowing the basics. We many of us know, we all know that basics of digital technology, but that's not enough. And if I don't learn what is required, what is coming up with the AI or what with the chat GPT or the copilot, whatever they're offering, I will be outdated. So upskilling is there, reskilling is there. If you do not know something, then you have to. So workforce means no, it is not the people who are in the factory alone. We are also how to teach the modern youngsters. And based on what you have seen in this kind of videos, where the demands have changed. So technology related fields are there, and training that includes vocational training also. What is the economic impact? I'll take you in, we'll come to that. Countries with highly skilled individuals, they go well. Those countries are marching ahead. Okay, and these are the two good articles. Old one only. Why are so many Indian tech graduates, our engineers? Do you think all of them going to US or Europe and all getting the kind of a job, which they had dreamed of? I doubt. They have to join some other institution again spend 1 year or 1.5 years, their money and time, and then only they get a job. Skilled enough to be in Canada or in Europe or not, otherwise they won't. Canada and all very strict about it. Our education, with our degree, they do not recognize. You need the so-called the Canadian experience or the that country's degree or course, some course level you must have passed. Then only you will be allowed to work there. Okay, anyway, that's a different thing. Then how India waste squanders its demographic dividend, frontline article. Okay, then we go to the next one. I'm not ridiculing or anything at all. I'm proud and we are happy, and we are one among the 10 largest economies in the world. But there are some ground realities we should understand. This is the one. 10 largest economies in the world. 2025 data, IMF. And the data is in US $1 trillion. $30 trillion. US is number 1. China, number 2. 19.5. And whatever the rest of the world, the rest of the 5, see, remaining 8 countries, all in the 4 bracket. 4.5 bracket. Now India, we are in the 5th position, agreed. But what is the spasm gap between India and China? 19 and 20, sorry, 5. Nearly, they are 5 times ahead of us in GDP wise. Economic health of a country, that is what generally GDP says, not per capita income. And remember, same country, 80s, 85, they were below us, poorer than us. How could that they reach that level? And per head income, same 10 countries, top 10 countries by GDP, same countries. Yeah, you just see the red ones, China, India, Brazil. And see the per capita, per head income, all others are in 5 digits. We are here. That means we have lots of poverty, poor people, not poor people, I say, low wage, low income people are more. Okay, and how could this China reach the 2nd position in the world? Education, skill development, productive and skilled workforce. I'll be focusing more on that. Okay, and that leads us to another topic. Social biology teachers, social science teachers must be familiar about these names. Hanushek, Eric Hanushek and Ludger Wasserman, 2021, their data. They are the top econometrists. They just analyzed, their field is economics and the link between education and economic development. And their findings, long-term, Hanushek and Wasserman, 2021's data, they have noted that economic growth is a function of cognitive skills of population. Cognitive skills. Okay. And this is based on their 40 years of data from mostly Latin American countries, South America. 75% of the variation in GDP is related to cognitive skills of population. What do you mean by cognitive skill? And that too, the measures of math, science skills, critical thinking, problem solving capacity, critical thinking, problem solving capacity of the youngest days. And I take you to very briefly Bloom's taxonomy. This pyramid you must be familiar with Bloom's taxonomy, and the cognitive skills are there, and it outlines the hierarchical level, first level, second level, third level. There are 6 levels are here. The first 3 are the lower order skills. When a student start learning in a school or college, initially lower order thinking skill, then ultimately higher order thinking skills. That should happen. And what is cognitive skill? Cognitive skill is our capacity. See, now 100 people are here, 100 teachers are here, and each one varies. Their thinking capacity, learning capacity, creativity, remembering capacity, we differ. But we can. But all must have it. But only thing, no, the levels we'll be thinking differently. That's all. So the problem solving capacity and all. That's what we call as a cognitive skill. So the lower order thinking skill, higher order thinking skill. The lower order thinking skill, you can see remembering, understanding. This is what lower order thinking skill. Bloom's taxonomy. Remembering. When a student go to the school, colleges, he starts remembering, studying a lot of things. Basic things starts first. Memorization, multiplication table, history, geography, structure of cell, all those things. Okay. Then understanding. Based on what they learned, they starts on the next part. Interpretation, all those things. Third one is applying. Best example is in our formulas. Mathematical formula is the best one. Grammar, English grammar, Hindi grammar. This is all based on what we learned. We start writing and all English, especially when we study a new language. So applying, we start applying. Okay. Next one. Sorry, this is the cognitive skill number 1, lower order thinking skill. So what happened? Remembering, understanding, applying, and that's all given here. I'm sorry, I didn't explain that. This next one is cognitive skill 2. That's what I said. No, there is actually Bloom's taxonomy, lower order thinking skill is there. So basic education, from the basic education, we reach the higher education. So in the higher education second part, with the cognitive skill level 2, what happened? So from what we learned in the schools and all, that is a new NEP, the new 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. And there this categorization is there. And from that level, we should go to the higher order thinking skill. And what is it? We should have the analyzing capacity. What analyzing? Identifying the causes of an event. Now, if we are all facing a lot of difficulties because of the reciprocal tariff policy of the US, what is the reason for that? And why we are dependent upon so much upon US export and all. Analyze it. That analyzing capacity, how many of our students have? And I'm just saying one example. It may not be a US policy. It may be climate, or it may be the Arabella Corp, whatever might be that. So identifying the causes of an event, comparing, contrasting, that capacity, how many of our students have? Evaluating capacity. What is the reason? Learners, based on their knowledge, they should make correct argument, assess it, and analyze it, and evaluate it. And that is the second part. And last one, with all this learning, highest level of cognitive skill is creativity. What is creativity? Creating something which is useful for the society. It may be a poem, it may be writing a book, it may be a good movie. Why movie? Movies bring money, economic growth. All these Hollywood movies coming to India, whether it is Netflix or in the Prime, Amazon, whatever might be that, they all make money. Who gets money? So that is because of the creativity of a person. So, and then, or it may be finding a new instrument, a solar panel. How come China become the leader in the solar panel technology? The cheapest solar panels they are making. How come we are unable to do that? More example coming later. So this is what we call a creativity. So if you are having right in front of me all Chinese products, what does that mean? It is a creativity, that's all. And that's what he said. What link between education, economic development. And I'll take you to another part that should be. So the last one, creativity is the pinnacle of cognitive skill. It will lead to groundbreaking discovery. And this test is another important one, which I would want to tell you all. PISA. What is this PISA test? And this PISA test is an international exam, just like IELTS. What happened IELTS? The students who want to get admissions in the most of the Canadian universities or in the many European universities, they all should clear IELTS. IELTS 7.5, not 5.5 or 6. 5.5 or 6 means you have only basic knowledge. You will not be eligible for even application. So what is IELTS? English skills are there. So similarly, there is another test called PISA, and it is from an agency called OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. You are seeing global picture, 38 countries. They're all very developed countries. They have this organization, and OECD's Future of Education Skill 2030. In 2015, they formed this one. They started thinking about what they have to teach the youngsters in the future. OECD. Anyway, so that organization is conducting this test, which is known as the PISA test. PISA, Program for International Student Assessment. From each country, 5,000 students. Each country, 5,000 students. China, 5,000. India, 5,000. Sri Lanka, 5,000. They all go. Write the exam. 2-hour test. And who are going there? 15-year-old students. 15-year-old peoples. So in the age of 15, we can say 10th and 11th standard students, they are going to write this exam. And there won't be any preparations. You just go and write the exam. And the cognitive skill, I say, students in science, maths, reading, ability to solve problems in new and unfamiliar conditions. It is tested in this test. And based on this test, a score is given. So far, what has happened? All over the world, 198 countries are there. Only 80 countries are writing the exam. Others not. Many from Africa, they are not writing. Okay, and the test result is, who are the top pays? Top pays of this test is all from, that we'll see. Okay. This is what you are seeing. Top pays, 2022. So for the past 1 or 2 years, testers. I said once in 3 years. The top pairs are from Singapore, China, Japan, Taiwan, South Korea, Hong Kong. All Asian country, all Southeast Asian country, we are not in the picture because we are not writing it now. Okay, so there are 20 top countries, and you can see Estonia, Canada, Ireland, Switzerland, America only 18th. Okay, and then the bottom countries are another 20. And in the Wikipedia, same thing is given there. You can refer it when I give the link later. India did not write it. And what you see in this picture is the green color. All these green color are top countries, top pairs. North America, Canada and America, then the European countries mostly, and then Australia, New Zealand, and then here from their Asia, Southeast Asia, 6 countries are there. They are the East Asian giants. Anyway, we'll see later. Then the red one, they are the lowest. I said only 80 wrote. Out of the 80, 20 top is, and then, okay. The lowest mostly entire South America. Anyway, they wrote the exam. And then 1 or 2 African countries. And then some countries in the Indonesia, Malaysia, all those countries also. India did not. Africa, so many countries are there, they did not write. Russia, not participating. And then there are mid-level countries that also from, mostly you can see Europe. Education system. Okay. So this is the PISA test. So the PISA test, it is run by this OECD organization. What happened in India? And that is what I want to highlight here. Our policy makers know it. India wrote once. Are you all there? Can you see it? Yeah. And what is the result? In 2009, after that, we didn't go. 2015, we did not write the exam. Ministry of Human Resource Development Ministry did not participate because the result was so shameful. Out of the 74, we were 73rd. And that doesn't mean the richer countries, many countries in the Western Europe and the US, they also did not get good score. But Singapore, which was 2009 5 score, it became the number 1 in 2022. And what is the peculiarity of these topper countries? Can you see any pattern? They are East Asian miracle countries. The most extraordinary economic growth, development during 1960 onwards, 1960 to 1990, these are the countries. Because they moved away from traditional agricultural to global manufacturing hubs. You don't need an example. Japan, we know. South Korea. From which country this LG? Earlier it was Lucky Gold Star. Samsung. Kia. Hyundai. From where? And Taiwan. All our gadgets, semiconductors, Hong Kong, Singapore, Indonesia, anyway, that is still there. Malaysia. And they are. So that is the part. Okay. And then if you have any doubts now, what is the purpose of this test? It's a test with good intention only. It is done by an organization. And there is one line from this organization I want to tell you, OECD. You read it. In 2015, they thought about how it will be as education skills for 2030. They thought about. And the one top question is, how can we prepare students for jobs that have not yet been created? Same question is applicable to us also. What you are going to teach, what kind of degree, what kind of skills you are going to give to these students that will be useful for them to get a job by 2030 or 35. Or you think in another way, what courses we will tell my own student, my own son or my own daughter to study so that they will get a job, how it is going to be in another 10 years. And this is a question. And how to tackle society challenges, we cannot imagine. Yes, now the society has changed, transformed so much with the technology. And with the technologies that have not yet been invented. Remember 2015, if this was asked, 2020 in COVID came, who thought this all this internet and all these digital technologies spread like this? Internet itself, who thought it will come out like this? And then AI now. Okay. So, and there is one question. First one, education society system, worldwide education system, how they have to prepare to get the 21st century competencies. So what kind of knowledge, skills, attitude, and values the students and teachers need to thrive in the future, and that is our case. And that leads to curriculum, implementation, evaluation, everything. We are part of it. And that's what we are seeing. So OECD's future of education skills. So I told about OECD. And then this Wikipedia article, it was telling, what is the need for all this? Yeah. So this test participation enables us to understand where do we stand globally. When I say Singapore is number 1 in the world, that means their education system is the topmost. And those top 20 countries, if their students are performing well, that is because their education system is good. And we all go to learn a lot from them. So identifying inequities, number 1, PISA test. Benchmarking, what is that? Understanding of comparing with other country. Now you see Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, we are not in the data at all. And many of my students who got admission in many top-rated European universities, I remember coming to me and telling, especially those who got admission for the PG programs, they literally struggled. Seminar assignment, no copying, no plagiarism permitted. And seminars are very seriously taken. And their project works, very serious. somewhat like our PhD thesis itself. They have to work along with the PhD students. Publication should come. And they saw that left and right, students from China, Vietnam, Australia, they are all doing well. And the students from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh are all grouped as a category. And this is a very frank, outspoken reality they revealed to me. But somehow, because in their all top rated students, they could come out. But even now they say, because those countries know their education system, they were telling from school onwards, they know. They are not just mugging up. They go to, suppose somebody is doing commerce or economics. They have work experience, or they might have taken internship during 10th standard, 12th standard, or sometime in a factory, bank, or some industry somehow. They have. Or agriculture also the same thing. Okay, anyway, then how it helps visa policy making, and that's what we are seeing. If NEP has come into effect, now the government of India has made a decision to go towards NEP and move away from the old style of education, that is policy decision. And when I told you from 2009 onwards, we are not writing international test, government is so ashamed. How do you feel? 2009 survey, we are ranked 73rd, just above Kyrgyzstan, 73rd. We are not writing it now because government knows what may happen. Okay. So this is the equality. Then global perspective, that's why I told you. If the students from India are not performing very well or they're struggling, what we taught them? We have to explain accountability. Who is responsible for all this? If our students are not getting good scores in the international testers, who is responsible? Visa holds education system. We are all part of it. Not education minister or not the cabinet minister, state minister. We are all part of it. Their performance and motivating them to do well is our duty. So this is a tool for change. Okay. And that's why, and then Hanushak and Ladger was a man. This time you have to remember, knowledge capital of nations, education, economic growth. They have written this book, very good book. And there they are clearly saying all these politicians, policymakers, they focus on proxies. They will say high enrollment, 100% literacy, including my state. Literacy rate is very high. So many schools. That won't help. What matters is learning outcome. Now you know what is OBE. Cognitive skill. If our students are with weak cognitive skill, that's all. And that's what say the countries become politicians and researchers are concentrating on not on valued skills but proxies. They look into because they all now, but the reality started biting. Knowledge capital of a nation is important. That is article. So South Asian miracle, that's important. Then there is another international test also, same story. There are also teams. It is by Boston College. There are also top performers all from East Asian countries. And the global average is 500. India is with 478. And this particular test is for 4th standard, 8th standard, and then +2 students also. They are also same story. So now it's 3:27. It is time for me to take a break. And is it okay? 5 minutes break can
Okay,
come?
sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
And I'll stop by 4:40 maybe. Okay. If you have any questions, you can post me here. I can ask me when I come back. And no, because otherwise it will go like this. Okay. Thank you.
याला म्हणलं ते पेपर तिथं पाडलेले ते निकाल राहील म्हणलं तसं ते बघ म्हणलं तपासून आणायचे का नाही.
So we'll take I'll be back by 3:35. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, good evening. I'm back. Can we start? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have been so far we have been talking all about technology and all. Then there will be a questions, or no, you may be thinking about what about agriculture. So in agriculture also, what we can do, I'll take you to another example. And here you see, this is the data. Global exporters of agricultural products. Just see who are the toppers. Number 1 is America. Number 2 is Netherlands, Dutch, Holland. Number 3, Brazil, Germany, China. Okay. So what you have to see here, number 1, America. Number 2 is Netherlands. That Netherlands is just, it is something like we compare India and Sri Lanka, size-wise. 1/200 of the size of America, small country. And Brazil and Germany, with both the West and East Germany, big countries, China, big country. And how come they became the global exporter? And one example, their agriculture skill, and that's what you remember. Per hectare tomato, India 20-25 tons. In Netherlands, tomato yield per hectare, this is in the range of, they have modern farms, it is not as a greenhouse farming, greenhouses. There it is 120, 200, 600 tons per hectare. This is the Indian figure, traditional Indian old style. We are still going on with the modern technology. This country is like this. Tomato yield is one aspect. And next, most interesting aspect is how land use. They are using less than 1% of the farmland. I told you this country is just 1/200. A small country, and within that country, agriculture is limited to less than 1% of the farmland. And they are the second largest agricultural exporter in the world. And they could reach that level with their skills. Yeah, in their skills in modern farming and precision agriculture, LED lighting, LED lighting, to stimulate growth. LED lighting, now what they did, see, plants, this European country, cold climate, everything is there, and they are making use of the night time also. So they have identified the plants which can be grown under LED light. And remember, I was telling you about creativity, innovation, all these things. And that's what we are seeing here. And to understand that, I'll take you to another video. And there are 2 videos which I want to see. One from Netherlands, the other from a poor country, Azerbaijan. Some 10-15 years ago, they are moving this line. And when you see that particular video, modern thing, remember, all this is done in greenhouses. Greenhouses are some 10 to 15 hectares in size, 5 to 10. Anyway, put it 5 to 10. 1 hectare is like one football ground. Okay. So such a huge houses are there, and it's all inside the building. And the material they used is, these plants are grown mostly not in soil. Not in soil. Either in water, hydroponics, because some plants can. Because plants have roots and they require some media to grow, whether it is soil or water, like a lotus. And this is the technology they're using. And remaining part, you see the video, then I'll talk to you later. So while watching the video, what you have to see, remember, it's all inside buildings, number 1. Number 2, what were pests and pesticides? Pests and pesticides. And that possibility is also 90% nil. So the agriculture products they are producing are without pests and pesticides. Pesticide-free vegetables they are eating, and what we are eating, you just think about it when you see these images. And the first one is about bell pepper. Bell pepper is the capsicum. So this is a video I'll share with you. One moment, watch it. And so what you have to think about, once we were the toppers of agriculture, Asian countries, India, China, traditional agriculture, and then some South American countries also, they were also very good in agriculture. But now that's all modern technology. So Industrial Revolution 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it is all taken over by other countries. And these countries, how could they get all these ideas? And that's what you have to think about. And one more point, I said, this is being done in not in soil mostly, precision agriculture, indoor farming, hybrid variety.
Nothing, no alpine.
Yeah, this is the interior of a greenhouse, and the top is covered with transparent material, tiltable. Okay, so during extreme weather conditions, they can close it and open whenever necessary. And you are seeing youngsters working, youngsters. Okay, and inside, I say, since it is a closed environment, the possibility of what pesticide is comparatively less. And here you can see this is what these plants are grown in packets like this. This is not plastic, and the water precision computer control, how much water is required and all, and the remaining you watch it. Yeah, this is the interior of a greenhouse farm, and there are nearly 4,000 or 5,000 of them, and nearly 1.6 lakhs people are working. And the kind of people working here, you have seen, they are the youngsters, number one. And then we'll see one more, just 2-3 minutes from another nearby country, that is in Baku. Baku, remember, it is not a rich country, anything at all. One moment. So what you have to think about is, this is the agriculture technology, modern agriculture technology being utilized in countries like many countries. Okay. And how many of us are aware of it? And read the title also. Okay, this is actually from a agro farm. Okay, agree investment is required. Yeah, but the productivity and the advantages. And then recently we were reading a lot of misleading newspaper information, like telling, no, this is all subsidized from that country, this country. There may be countries subsidizing, but not like this here. Here, as I told you, 20 tons versus 250, 600 tons per hectare. How can we compete with them? And what are the pesticide free and all? That's all something which we cannot think about in the present level. Okay. Yeah, this is the one which I was telling you, like, no, this is where, no, these are biodegradable materials. And this plant soil, it's not soil, it's another media. And that media is the wonderful thing, that is either coconut fiber mixed with the nutrients, coconut fiber. And where in New Zealand, sorry, India, this Richia and all coconut is there, they import coconut husk from Latin America. And I'm in South America, sorry, in the South India, we have lots of all these coconut husk. It is being got there. Otherwise, the other material they use is scrubber, sorry, the volcanic rock fiber. Volcanic rock is heated and become fiber like the kitchen scrubber we are using. Okay, and nutrients are added and plants are growing in it, and that's what. You see the title, Advanced Technologies, Equipment in the Field of Environmental Protection, Energy and Resource Conservation. So, the question which we have to ask ourselves, what is happening in our country? Why we are still with the old traditional technologies? And where do we reach? And you have some more, and then we'll go to the core part. Okay, so this is another image of actually LED light in the Netherlands and all. And there is one, this is from the lighting Philips website itself. Strawberries with the LED light. Advertisement is size. How can you grow strawberries with the LED light, top lighting? So nighttime don't make the plants sleep. So the productivity is increasing. Not possible to all plants agree, but they have researched out which plants. So what do you call all these? These are the skills. Okay. And greenhouse farming and the 1.5 workers. Imagine, 80%. So what are the materials they are used? Already you have seen substrate materials they are using is like these. Hydroponic. It's not hydroponic. It's a coconut fiber which I told you. So it's brought from. And what you have to think about now, so someone researched out someone's idea, this all became so useful. So in a country where Europe and all, no coconuts there, but they found out that this waste material, which is so much in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Maharashtra, everywhere, and that can be, its husk can be utilized for this purpose, which has high porosity, water retention capacity, and this is what we call the skills, modern agriculture skill. Another one, rock wool. Is a rock fiber, that is a kind of volcanic rock which is available there. They melt it 1500 degrees Celsius and that became utilizable like this. Rock wool and also another material, perlite, same thing. Okay. So sponge-like material used in the growing plants indoor. And we come back to India. This image is from Hindu newspaper in February 25. Am I sharing the video? You are seeing the video now, right? Okay. So what you see here, February 25, farmers segregating dry turmeric at the Nizamabad agricultural market. Hindu newspaper, link also here. This is a technology which we have been using for the past 150 years. And 1947 independence, 79 years, still we are going with it. And where this will lead us into, you compare with what is happening here. And then another part you have to think about, 3 people are working here. Agriculture people, hot sun, 40 degrees Celsius temperature, because turmeric, drying, it should be 1 week like this. And definitely, they have children. They will be studying in the schools and college like ours. How many of them will go back to the same field of agriculture? Given an opportunity, definitely they will move away. Number one. Number two, and there is one good article from one IIT professor, Indian industry. Professor Jayan, IIT Delhi, he has said that the reason why we have lots of youngsters, this cheap labor is being exploited by Indian companies. So instead of going for innovative methodologies, what they will do, they will utilize this kind of cheap labor, and ultimately what happened, read this part carefully from the same article. Agriculture garment export. Once we were the top ace. Now the reality, Bangladesh and Vietnam, they are our top competitors. Outperformed India. Imagine, Bangladesh is having at the same level of export from India. High productivity they could. Whereas we are with the traditional methodology still down. Okay. And what may happen another 5-10 years? Not 5-10 years. Even now itself, we are going to struggle because now the American tariff and there are reasons. And America will be taking all Bangladesh and Vietnam cotton. They do not have to depend upon Indian cotton or anything at all. And China also. And very reluctance to modernize firms. So suppose someone of you find out a material, new research and new skill, machinery, to dry this turmeric like this, no companies will support you. So what will happen? No innovation, no industry support we won't do. Whereas in countries like other places which you have seen, as I told you, their children, they won't come to same field once again. But compare this with what you have seen in Azerbaijan or in Denmark or in Netherlands. People will be ready to work in air-conditioned automated. The farms are there, modern farms, productivity is high, employment, economic growth of the country, and they can export. Okay. So what's the future? And why it's a serious subject, agriculture? Yeah, now we can see GDP already has said we are one among the 10 top pays in the world. Yes, I am proud. We are all proud. But out of this, yeah, when we are saying this GDP we are having with 4.2 billion and all, 17% only from agriculture. All others from industry or service sector. Okay, but 55% of India's total workforce is with agriculture. What does that mean? Now you know why our per capita, per head income is low. These poor farmers with all technology, they are going still with all technology. Even if someone wants to bring a change, you know what may happen. Because to bring in all this modern technology, investment is required, technology is required, idea has to come out from people who watch what is happening around. Now we are watching this YouTube. I have seen this YouTube. How many of our farmers will be seeing it? And how many of them understand what is happening there? And how many of them have the skills to bring it in here? And that is the core point for you. And that's where our importance comes. Awareness, education and training, what we can do. Awareness and modern farming techniques, or the central government or state government on their own, beyond a level, they cannot do anything. Because here now we have lots of politics, and when one comes in power, other one will oppose it. Ultimately, what happened? The farmer suffers, nothing, a country also suffers. So, we have value addition, processing and packaging of agricultural products. And there are, in your region, what might be the products available there. It should be properly, it became a value-added product. What does that mean? We'll come to that later. So, what we can do? Modern technology in campus farms. I'm not telling each and see, we may say this is the responsibility of the agriculture department. Nothing like that. That is what NEP wants to change. Anything that is beneficial for the society, your institution, and need of the locality. What might be that? If you are in Maharashtra, if you have a Nasik, if there are lots of wine industries there, support it. And provide courses that will lead people into such kind of industry. So industry will be happy, but for that industry also should support. That's another thing. So in your campus, suppose this greenhouse farming or a kind of modern farm campus equipped with modern farming technology, if you are offering as part of your any one of the course, chemistry, and because this all involves all subjects, precision agriculture tools, automated machinery, efficient irrigation system. This is what we have to think about it. Autonomous colleges are there. They have to offer courses which are useful for the locality. I'm coming to that later. So what happened? Your college offering one pilot project like this. Students come to know. They realize it and they can. Entrepreneurship. I'm not telling all of them should become agriculturists, nothing at all. They can make it as a kind of industry. And from students, it spreads in the area. Farmers will come to know it. And this is how the growth happens. Modern technology, sustainable practice, technology adoption, drones for crop monitoring, sensors for soil and crop health. You have seen the water they are using in those countries are very less. Mobile apps for farm management, drones for farm management, all these are possibilities. And student involvement. Ultimately, what happened? They will come to this field of agriculture. Otherwise, if you continue with this particular kind of agriculture, youngsters will not come. How many of your students after graduation PG will be willing to work like this? Unless they are so, what we call, out of poverty, they are forced to do it. It won't happen. That is the tragedy of this country. So, courses like this, whether it is industry or agriculture or clothing, whatever is needed. And then I'll take you to another point. And this is another thing. It should be another shocker for you. Electric vehicles, battery, 53% from China. Very good. But read the next part. 2023-24, 1.9 million vehicles in this country, nearly 20 lakhs. All the batteries from China. All the batteries. And now also lithium-ion battery, factories are yet to come up. We are dependent, so much dependent on this country. And what our people are doing? And how come they became the global hub? Not only in anyway. So battery. And last 5 years, India has given $7 billion imports of electric battery cell and magnets. 7 billion. They have the technology. And that is why this is an article from newspaper, media. India has become electric vehicle colony of China. We are trying, but now you see, recently I read, now they are marching ahead with. And how could they reach that level? And for that, you should understand the Chinese skill. University of Texas, 1996, one American, John Goodenough, he finds out that lithium iron phosphate can be used. Lithium battery, that's what we call lithium battery in our mobile phone also, or car battery also. But its utility was discovered as a cathode material by American. But thereafter, 96, then thereafter what happened? China, the people who are smart enough, they found out that this can be a game changer, and all further large scale applications were done by them. BYD, remember there is a company called BYD, the same car which we are seeing. They started in 2000. Research and development in lithium ion battery, 10 years. Collaboration with University Research Institute, they have the skill, they have the lithium R&D in lithium ion battery. And by 2015, what happened? Remember 5, 6, 7 years ago, we were all complaining that when the new smartphones came, batteries were bursting, and the lifespan and battery charge was not lasting long. We were all complaining. This is all because of Chinese cheap batteries and all. But they took it as a challenge. Now, whose battery we are all using? They've researched out and they got the skill, improving energy capacity of battery, lifespan of battery, and safety of battery. Now, nobody is complaining whether it is Chinese or whatever might be. All these batteries are from there only, not bursting. That is what? The skill. And by 2020, you have Indian market. Now we have the MG motors are there, Windsor, all those cars. Electric vehicle battery. Some 5, 6 years ago, 2, 3 years ago, we were little reluctant, saying that after 5, 6 years, what to do with the old battery? They came out with the idea, recycle it, buy back. Recycling battery technology also they got it. And by 2025, now they are moving away to solid state battery. And recently, 1 month ago, I read that they are moving away from lithium ion into sodium battery. Sodium chloride, salt, because lithium is costly. And China has to take it from South American countries. A lot of environmental problems are there. Opposition is coming up. Africa also. And now we are all, government of India is trying at its level best to bring up, start producing lithium ion batteries. They are moving away. Not entirely, but 70-80% will be moving into sodium chloride, which is a cheaper material. And this is what we call a skill. And why this is not happening in the country? And what about the international competitors of battery technology? Yes, there are nickel, cobalt, manganese. Others were going with that. But these people, they knew that in the long run, lithium will be cheaper. And this nickel and cobalt will not be available for a long period of time because global demand is there. When all of them are moving towards mobile battery and car battery and all sorts of batteries we are at home. And Chinese companies, BYD, CATL, high performance battery skill, they got it. Okay. And next question, now I already said, next is sodium ion battery. 40-60% lower. So what you see here, this is a skill of a country. And how come? And we have to ask the question, Globally, 8.2 billion people, we are all here. We are Indians. 17% of world population is from our country. 17% is from China. You got the question? What I want to ask you? And what we have to ask ourselves? Where do we stand? This is 8.2 global billion, 8.2 billion global population. Together, these two countries, 34, yeah, that's all agreed. But we have 1.46 billion and they have 1.42 billion. Then how come we are at this level? That is the question. And more, okay. And another one. This is from the Amazon page. Smartphone. Then you look for all these, except Apple or Samsung, all from China. And cheaper also. I remember reading somewhere, Micromax is admitting 2020, till 2020, they were performing well in India. After 2020, they collapsed. Recent arrival of Chinese mobile phone, which are cheaper. And what do you mean by cheaper? They have found out the technology, the skill to make cheaper mobile phone, and if they are better technology because they produce battery and they can make it cheaper. Solar panel also same thing happening. We have companies, we are producing it. Initially, Spain and Italy, they were all doing that, but China came with a better technology. So we got to take the skills, and from where all this skill is coming. So global dome electronics. So now if you look around me and my mobile phone, my laptop, my camera, my pen drive, everything. And recently I was surprised when I purchased the Bajaj fan also made in China. This article, 2 months ago, there was this issue, reciprocal tariff, and Chinese Apple factories were moving to India. And what China did, 300 Chinese engineers from Apple's Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, they pulled out. They want to block Apple phone production in India. Who? China. This is a Tashit Tharoor's article in Hindu. And then another one, rare earth minerals. There are 9 of them. If China doesn't supply these rare earth minerals to India, our automobile industry will be stagnated. Production will go down. Mobile phone also same thing. And we have huge deposit of rare minerals, but we don't have the processing capacity, skill. China's rare earth dominance, processing capacity, 80-90% of global refining capacity with them. Now you know why even America is not, why America is slapping high taxes on India, tariffs on India, not doing on China, because China knows what to do. If China blocks the same thing, Chinese American industries will suffer. That is why in the name of Russian oil, though they import more oil, no punishment for China. Why we are at this level? Why we are like this now? How long we can go like this? And that is what the policy makers. And then another thing, all these items, from where it's all coming? DeepSeek or TikTok or Temu, any product, they have thinking minds, creativity, and we go to the education system. What's the root cause? And coming to the end of it, reforms in vocational education. All these international companies are finding that easy to establish in China for 2 reasons. Number 1 is availability of skilled youngsters. We do not have. Your and mine graduates and our engineering college and our system. I'm not blaming anything. Theoretical knowledge, skill less. Whereas in this country, reforms in vocational education, 50% of Chinese students, 9th standard, they go to vocational training, ITI, polytechnic kind of institutes. They have same thing, universities, colleges are there, but vocational education, skill-based careers, 9th grade, they are in. Government promotes and funds vocational education with NEP. This is exactly what government is trying. If your government is trying you and me, bring in autonomous college, introduce courses which are useful for the society, and the courses useful means vocational training, and government funds are there. Number one. Number two, read it carefully. Industry collaboration, apprenticeship programs. Your college is in a collaboration with an industry. That's what I said. Maharashtra, since it is mostly, I suppose, if you are from a wine-rich Nasik region, or from the Nasik is famous for grapes. Okay, so whatever the agriculture or the industry of that region needs, do courses in collaboration with the industry based on industry need. Okay, so what happened? Companies co-design courses. So that's why you have seen all these Chinese brands, Huawei, Foxconn, Xiaomi, BYD, Geely Auto. They have, okay, it's something like, okay, this is just one example only. It may be other industry also. Then another one, China copied the German system. Apprenticeship model, 50% time. 3 years students, 1.5 years in college, 1.5 years in their factory. So what happens? 50 factories means learn and earn, apprenticeship, job ready skills. Next one, investment in vocational training. All the institutions, it is a strict policy. There should be good labs, AI, robotic training centers, partnership with the tech giants. TCS, Wipro, that is something only IT. Okay. You just think about having collaborations with the nearby, whichever company, Reliance or Adani or Tata or Mahindra or any company, based upon their need. Then this is I think this is the biggest hurdle in India. Can you just think about you as a teacher? Suppose your son or daughter wants to do ITI course, IIT, not ITI. Will you allow him? Even if you are willing to send, what about your family members? They will ridicule you. And they will say, that fellow is so stupid, the kid is so stupid, that's why they aren't there. Don't listen to all this. That is possible. If, okay, this is a mindset change. White collar degree. Occasional careers are polytechnic, ITI, and all. So what happened? But not the kind of there. That's what I said. The top rated polytechnic is an ITIs with the very good labs. Okay, then another one is craftsman spirit. You can, if you watch and check in the YouTube, you can see what do they teach in their nurseries. Students will be trained to do many tasks like stitching, embroidery, carpentry, cooking, and all these skills, some skill, or maybe a shoemaking, or might be that. Okay, so that's another one. Then vocational school, what are being taught? AI, robotics. You have seen the factories and all. Semiconductor fabrication, electric vehicles technology, battery technology. This is what being taught in vocational school, and not theory, practicals. And if government, the UGC tells us no, bring in, no, we will also bring in, but we will do the same thing, theory. But theory will not help. And then don't rely on foreign companies for advanced manufacturing skills. That's what I want to highlight. When I told you 1996, American Texas University, they brought this lithium-ion battery. Sorry, lithium-ion phosphate, cathode material. That idea they got it. But thereafter, and that's why when Trump was telling, see, these Chinese students come to America and you steal our ideas. It is not steal our ideas. Chinese students studied it. They did the research. They went back to their country and they've bettered it. But in that aspect, US is also correct because it is US technology ultimately ended up in China. Now even Tesla, they are afraid of this country. Almost 80% of the Chinese automobile industry is taken by EV vehicles. Earlier it was mostly by international vehicles, Volkswagen, BMW, Ford and all. They're all almost out from China. Out from China because EV, electric vehicle, battery, electric vehicle, cheaper one, China started producing. Tesla cannot compete with them. Tesla came out of the big idea, EV car and all. Within 2 years, they are ready because China is ready with cheaper electric car. If our government all of a sudden will be having cheaper BYD cars here, then all our, that's the reason why it's not being permitted. Okay. Then continuous reforms and evolution. This is what another important thing. Regularly updates curriculum, vocational curriculum. Our syllabus also we revise. But vocational curriculum underlined. Automation AI skills are mandatory. Then for teachers, lifelong learning, reskilling. Already I mentioned. Okay, so now you know what are the reasons how they could reach this level and where do we stand with our education and what is the purpose of NEP, skill education. So for India to compete, modernize vocational education system. Our vocational system means BVOC and all gone. Now we have to teach. What we have to teach? Industry collaboration we have to bring in and modern courses we have to bring in. That's all. Okay. And then I'll take you to the another one. What are the fastest growing jobs? World Economic Forum report. Fastest growing jobs. Big data specialists, already I mentioned, jobs are going to be here only another 5 years, 10 years. FinTech engineers, digital access, all these so many, we all starting, there are so many private banks, not private banks, private financial companies, Kotak and BNB, so many are there. Okay. So mutual funds and all. A lot of going to be a lot of investment. And now the government policy of having less interest rates in the bank makes all of us to invest somewhere. Industry growth also good, hopefully. Then AI machine learning specialists. Yes, their number is going to come up. More AI and machine will come. There will be jobs. Software application developer need for, yes, even every college or university, they all require softwares for various purpose. And last one, autonomous vehicles, self-driving vehicles, electric vehicle specialists, people who are expert with expertise in this field, skills in this field, they are needed. We are all moving towards EV vehicles. So what happened? To repair it, to manufacture it, autonomous vehicle, yeah. And then solar panels, same thing. And then another thing, fastest declining jobs. Read it very carefully. And this is what we are doing without realizing much. What about the clerical future of clerical secretariat workers? PSC, UPSC, that's what we said. Complete graduate and go for the UPSC and all. But the numbers are coming down. And definitely it will be taken by all these clerks and all. It's not necessary. And then cashier, ticket clerks. Think about the TTA conductors and all. If they are replaced by automation, what happened? You're showing just like in the metros. You show your ticket and you get in. Then even the conductor post itself will disappear. TT also same thing may happen. You wait for another 5-10 years. Banks, what happened? We do not go to banks. I don't go to bank very often. Very rarely I go to bank. Everything done by internet banking. ATMs are there. So what about the bank clerk and all? Number will come down. Printing. Think about the earlier computer companies, computer firms. What happened to them? Data Pro, NIT. Where are they now? And what printing? Do you go to any printing center now? No, you have your own printer at home. So that part is over. Then what about the accountants and auditors? Now the AI, everything is coming. And your income tax calculation, there are so many softwares are there. Now with the AI, everything fine. Whatever doubt you have, you don't have to go to an accountant. And there are so many other programs also will come. So this is what happening. So that's why I say this alarming trend, if you think about it. So what is needed for the future? Key technologies, digital twins, yeah. Okay, so this is the way we have to think about it. 3D printing, AR and VR. We don't have to go for, if you see one example I cited here is the case of Boeing. Boeing uses headsets, Boeing factory. Students use VR set, hands-on learning. You are taken to virtual world. No need to have in your college a lab or anything like that. Instead, you have AR and VR technology. for training. And then courses related to industrial automation. You have seen that factories, so many robots are there. But somebody has to make it, operate, program, maintain. Companies are required and jobs will come. And sensors, that matter of fact, sorry, that one video where you have seen agriculture products are being plugged by the sensor. And for that IoT sensor is there, sensors, machine connectivity, and the machines also will fail. And predictive maintenance, these are the courses. Then AI, machine learning, LEV, we know that. Big data. AI predicts when a machine will fail, example. So it all requires training on data analytics, predictive maintenance. Such kind of courses have future. It doesn't mean other courses are going to entirely die out, but the jobs are going to be here. That's all I want to say. Whether me like social sciences or life sciences or linguistics, and that's a different thing. We all got job. We followed a particular pattern, but now the fourth industrial revolution, this is a requirement. If you are not ready to change, yes, that's why I compared with China and India. And now the technology research, the courses, solar energy research and implementation, solar panels, so many will come, definitely. India is trying for cost effective, but now still we are 1.5 times costlier compared to China. That's why we cannot become the largest manufacturer. When we reach that level with the research and effort, we'll be. And hydrogen research, hydrogen fuel is going to come. But the difficulty is, and there are, those who are having skills in this field, jobs are waiting for them. Okay. So you got an idea what the skill development is all about. Then just take it very simply, in simple terms. We have given an opportunity in assignments and seminars. What is happening with assignment seminars in our colleges and all? Actually, what is an assignment? That's what I told the students who went from India to foreign universities. Many of them struggled. They tried the same technique we studied here. Copy paste. That did not work out. Many lost one semester because they were caught and fined and 5 to 10 lakhs and reappear for the semester. Instead, you have to think and analyze and write on your own. Plagiarism checking, they were caught. And what is the advantage of assignment? Assignment, suppose you are giving a topic to one of your student, climate change. And he has to critically thinking, encourages thinking. We all used to do it long ago when we are writing our essay and all. Suppose if you are not copying with someone else. Analytical skill. Yes, students can be given assignment topics, not the kind of topics which we make it easier for them. Instead, give them provocative, proactive questions. And that is a difference in the top-rated universities. And writing proficiency. Students get that capacity. What do you see here? Skill. Research skill. What is research skill? When they start thinking correctly. Suppose I am given the, imagine like a coconut. We have plenty of coconut here. What are the options with this coconut husk? Someone in the European country did that, and they are using the coconut husk, which is simply burned in this part of the country. They import it and they use it for the industry. They make money out of it. And what about us? Suppose you are giving some such kind of ideas to our student, they will think. So assignments are mattering, critical thinking, analytical capacity, writing skill also. Instead, what do we do? Not we, our students do. Copy and paste. That's all. And then seminar presentations. It is another wasted opportunity. Some 20, 35 years ago, when it was introduced, the purpose was what? Public speaking. Students will get. If one has written a good assignment, he has to present it. While presenting, what happened? Interact skills are there. Speaking skills, he gets. Interactive learning also. As I told you, someone is coming to a class with an assignment on a coconut fiber, or what might be that. Others will start asking questions. And collaborative discussions will happen. Then problem solving skill. Suppose, So critical inquiry, logical reasoning is a possibility. And then when the teacher is also serious, But this is the way it is being done in other places, top-rated institutions, or in countries where the PISA score is high. Our education system, we follow the beaten track, and ultimately, where do we all end up is the question. That's why, again, repeatedly, I'm saying NEP is trying to undo it. Otherwise, it is not good news for India. When I told you $20 trillion in China, and we are with 4.5 times they are ahead of us. And the recent Indo-Pakistan war, we were all depending upon the international companies for their fighter planes and all, Rafale or any other flight, US flight. What about China? They meanwhile developed their own fighter planes and given to Pakistan. How much money they're making out of it? And they showed the world that they have fighter planes which can compete with the Western technology. Now the EV vehicle also same thing. Tesla is facing difficulties. Chinese in EV factory has come up like that. Sorry, EV cars come out like that. And now China can dictate terms to India and US. If they don't give us rare earth minerals, our many of factories will wind up. America knows it. And for EV batteries, all these fuel cells, cheaper cells are from which country? China. So when we read there's some manufacturing hub, they have the skills. And my counter question is 17% is here. And where are we? And not because of you and me did anything wrong. We all followed the beaten track. Now is the time to change. Okay. So that's all. Then about the social language teachers and all, no, I know there may be questions like, no, you see, this is also important topic. Suppose somebody develops a software, that alone will not help. For the software to be successful, communication is required, and languages important role. Social science teachers, and they know the culture and the economic reality. Someone has to get the data. If a software or technology is developed in Germany or America, that will not be fitting into Indian cultural scenario or the economic realities of this region. So for that, language and social science are necessary, highly essential, and they are the kind of bridge between technical innovation and human relevance. But it should happen in a meaningful way. And for the linguistics, computational linguistics, the old style linguistics has not required now. Now with the AI tools, now all grammar, sentence writing, everything can be done within no time. But interdisciplinary experts, a person with the linguistic expert plus computer scientist, data, computer algorithms, an English teacher who knows computer algorithms, and you will be asking, no, we didn't study. That's what reskilling means. We have to make our subjective useful for the next generation. So those who are interested in English language, Hindi language, when they come to it, and based on the need of the society, some computer programs are necessary, and that makes it necessary for us to become, or the teacher with the linguistic background to become interdisciplinary expert. Theoretical language understanding plus practical computer implementation. Because when you ask many questions, all these Copilot or ChatGPT and all, sometimes they say, I cannot answer the questions you're asking. I don't understand, because they cannot make out the emotions. And for that, we have natural language processing, a subfield of AI. And this is a very coveted area. So this also has to be introduced as a course in our institutions. And one example I'll show you, that's the case of discourse analysis of social media. In social media platforms, what kind of language be used? What kind of languages? And for politicians, social media and all, when they come to the mic and all. Best example, Donald Trump. The kind of show he makes, he knows what to utter, what kind of language. And this is all pre-planned. You take it that way. Any politician for that matter, or any advertisement for that matter. And for that, no, these are techniques, AI techniques are there. And language, and what kind of language require power dynamics. And that can be done with the help of NLP. Then discourse on social media, already I mentioned. Authorship analysis, another example. The critic and review and all. There are various books written by an author. Authorship analysis, NLP techniques are there. Sentiment analysis, text analysis, language modeling. These are the sub branches. So for the social, languages, that is a field. The earlier style of teaching the grammar, syntax, semantics, phonetics, that's all going to disappear. Now we have to bring in machine learning, natural language processing. That is what we call as broadly computational linguistics. And all these items now, that is required for each language, Hindi or Tamil or Marathi or whatever might be that. So Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant, they all, but someone has to give them the correct words and all. And also, in many times, what happened, the same word will become different meanings. And you have to make it, the kind of the right combination possible there. Okay. So that's about the, because I know this question will come otherwise to me. That's why I taught this one. Okay. Then we have National Skills Qualification Framework, and this another one. Now what's happening is NSQF levels are there. Okay, along with the National Higher Education Policy, NHEF and all, there are 3-4 things involved in part of it. That is credit system. 1 credit, 2 credit, 3 credit. Now we all know that 5 credit and all. And then comes the NEP. In NEP, actually, what has happened? Our theory learning, the old BSc or UG or PG, and with only theory, bring in skills by vocational education. So National Education Policy actually largely trying to do that. Education holistic, effective integration of general academic theoretic learning plus vocational education. Okay. And students can go out and go in whatever might be that. And then we go to NSQF. NSQF also, be careful. Earlier there were 10 levels. In 2023, it has been modified. There are 8 levels by splitting 2, 2.5, 3 to 3.5 like that. And what are these NSQF levels? So levels are like that, level 1 to 8. Level 8 goes for the person with PhD. So a person with PhD, who is he? What is the kind of knowledge he has? Skill he has? Aptitude also. So when you do not call a person with PhD for your manual work, helper work, house chores at all. A person with the level 1 can be called for doing helper basic operators work. You understand the difference? So level 1 means 5th class. In many Western nations and all, to become a helper or basic operator, all should have. And that is what universal education. If education from 1 to 14 or 1 to 18 is compulsory, that means all are supposed to have it. Even if you're unable to do that, a person with a helper or basic operator, he will be at level 1, he will be 5th class. With 5th class education, he has the basic knowledge and he is level 1. What is level 2? 8th standard education. You can do an assistant like housekeeping or such kind. So you have the skill and knowledge and thinking level of needed for that job. So the question which I asked you, level 8 means a person with PhD. That is the highest of everything. He is highly specialized professional. And you cannot expect a PhD person to be employed as a helper. Why? First of all, he won't come there. And many country won't permit that. And the employer also know that he will just, given when the right opportunity comes, they skip. But here the core point is, if one are with PhD and they are made to work as helpers, and that means the situation in the country is very bad. That is not, that doesn't reflect good for the country at all. Anyway, that part I'm leaving. So level 8 means PhD. Then level 4.5 and 5 are important because we are college teachers. Sorry. So we have 4.5 is the level with UG1 and UG2. So a person with first year in UG, second year UG, they can be senior technician, junior technician, because he has analytic skill. He has the skill, knowledge, aptitude. You keep these words. This NSQP is around this one. Then a person with third year, he becomes 5.5 level. 6th year, honors means 6th level. Sorry, level 6. So he can be engineer, sub-engineer, assistant man, all those things. Now that's what is happening, to be a manager and all. we need to have at least a minimum degree. So with honors, you can be. And here, be careful. 6.5 is for 2-year PG. 2-year PG, second year of PG, you are with 6.5. 7 is for engineering PG, MTech, PG engineering. Don't get confused there. So these are the NSQ of levels. And forget the old one. Old one was 1 to 10. It has changed. Okay, NSQ of levels 1. And then, okay. Then the next one is NCRF. I'm skipping. Yeah, National Credit Framework, already credits for courses and all. Then there is one more thing. If your institution wants to start a course, NCVT, an organization is a vocational education course. If you want to bring in diamond cutting or plumbing as a vocational education part, you have to follow the rules and regulations of NCVT, just like UGC as a regulatory body for our courses. There is NCVT for the vocational courses. That's all mainly. Okay. Then there are various websites you can visit, like Skill India Mission, Skill India Digital Hub. I'll share the link with you. You visit the site because no point talking about all that. And there in the site, there is an internship programs. What are the internship programs there? Free, paid, and all that you can get an idea. And then Skill India, there is another one, NSDC, this another website. And there also, they will take you to various portals, like where you can skill impact bond. Then Pradhan Mantri Kaushal, that is not now there. Okay, so various options are given there. Okay, and lastly, we have one more thing: informal education, formal education, non-formal education. Suppose someone, if you know, apiary, beekeeping, and you learned it from your father or from your neighbor, and that's the best example for informal education. Otherwise, it can be, there's a long list of, see, one example which I always show you here. In Kerala, we have nearby, there is one particular area where the people of that region, they are experts in making this kind of mats from sedge grass. But most of them are illiterate. But they are expert in that art, that skill. Okay, so basket weaving technique, for example, this fellow is an expert. But he doesn't have +2 or 8th or 9th standard. So how to grade them? How to, that is the responsibility of the nearby institution like my college. Recognition of prior learning. And this is an example for informal education. They got it. They got it by not going to any school or college. And that's an informal education. And how to recognize it. And for that, suppose in your region, in and around you, there are a lot of people who are doing folk dance or music. Some of them are very good in performance, choreography, instrumental handling. How to rate them? And for that, you have to find out what kind of practical test, interview, portfolio has to be done, skill assessment, and grade them. And that is what you can do good for society. So what's the advantage for them? When the right opportunity comes, there may be 200 people doing it, but among the 210 are the experts in that field, and they will get all the advantages. Skills will be recognized, and that will contribute to the economy of that region. That's it. So thank you. Now another, I have been, 4:45 is the time told me to. So so last 3-4 minutes. If you have any question to ask me, you can ask me. Not questions, you can interact with me. You're all there? Oh, I don't know. Yes, sir. Okay. I know a lot of topics are covered here, but the core idea was to bring in what is skill development, how it is happening in a different part of the world, countries, and why we should be careful, and why it is needed for the economic growth of this country, and why, as a teacher, we have a large responsibility. That's why I showed you showcase the case of agriculture. And with the traditional agriculture and all, how far we can go. So it becomes our responsibility. So thank you. And if anyone has any, Dr. Lina Miss, you want to ask me something, or someone asks me, I'll be happy. Is there any questions or any queries? Nothing. Okay. The PDF I'll be sharing. You can visit the same link, that World Economic Forum and everything. Okay. So for 4:45, I'll be stopping it, and that's the direction. So you got to, do you have anything to ask me? Anything? Otherwise, today is the last day, 8th, and okay, so yeah, your institute will be conducting the MCQ testers, and then thereafter, degree certificates will be issued. So I hope it was a useful session, and it was something which a food for thought. That's what we'd say. Okay, so thank you, and the coordinators. Okay, you can unmute, and if you want to say something, yeah, little bit of Hindi, yeah, yeah, those are not familiar with Hindi also, no problem. Sorry, English also, no problem. So in that case, no, I will wind it up, and thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you. Please get the PowerPoint PDF from your coordinator, or I will share with the professor. Okay. And thanks to Professor Yatik Mohammed sir, Mohammed Yatik sir, who is the MMTTC coordinator, and the course convener's name I forgot. So nice to meet you all. Thank you very much.
Participants, please be here. We will start validity function in a short period of time.
Govardhan sir.
Yes, ma'am. Can we start?
Yes, please, sir.
Good evening, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to warmly welcome all of you to the valedictory session of the NEP Orientation and Sensitization Program under the University Grant Commission Malviya Mission Teachers Training Program, jointly organized by Priyadarshini College of Engineering, Nagpur, and Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University, Maharashtra. On behalf of the organizing committee, I extend heartfelt and respectful welcome to our dignitaries, resource persons, and participants present here today. Now, I take this opportunity to invite Dr. Leena Patil, coordinator of this program, to kindly address the gathering with her valuable thoughts.
Thank you, sir. Very warm welcome you all on this valedictory function. So dignitaries of today's event, Dr. Mohammed Atik sir, is a director of UGC MMTC and a professor at Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University, Amravati. Dr. Shri Krishna Dhale sir, principal Priyadarshini College of Engineering. Dr. G.M. Asutka sir, vice principal of PC, coordinator Prashant sir, and other members, participants, and team members of Amravati University. So this program, that was the NEP orientation and sensitization program by the UGC Malviya Mission Teacher Training Center, organized in collaboration with the SGBAU and the Priyadarshini College of Engineering. So we have received 160 participants from the Priyadarshini College of Engineering, and we could organize very nicely for this 8 days online program, wherein it was from 2 to 5 p.m. and all participants have given a lot of contribution for this event also. So this program has not only dependent our understanding of NEP 2020, but also encourage us to reevaluate our academic process and envision the new policies and the new possibilities for the future, what the teacher has to do. So according to the NEP guidelines, so we have learned many things from this, where this resource persons have shared their expertise with the remarkable clarity, having highlighted about the practical implementation strategies on holistic and multidisciplinary education, about the higher education and society, how academic leadership and governance can be elaborated in the institutions, how the higher education and society should work, how Indian knowledge systems to be taken in the institutions, and the skill development programs. And nicely pointed our recent resource person, that is Thomas, who told about the skill development and the mentor-mentee program also to be taken, and even the innovative pedagogies to be implemented in the educations system, and about the research and education, how AI is useful. So that was again the impressive session taken by Dr. Mohammad Atiq sir, and about the student diversity and inclusive education. So these practices will help us in transition that is smoothly into an NEP alignment, so that this ecosystem can be continued in the institutions. And I'm very much thankful to all the resource persons who have elaborated very remarkable clarity, and everyone have actively participated in this event. Thanks for their dedication and time given for this conduction of event and contribution. And my sincere thanks to all the participants and the management and the organizing committee and the team from the Amravati University. A special thanks to Dr. Mohammad Atiq sir and his team for organizing and taking us as a partner in the Malviya Mission Teacher Training Program. Thank you, one and all present here.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your insightful words. Next, I humbly invite our respected Vice Principal, Dr. G. Masutkar sir, to share his remark and guidance.
Thank you, Prashant Govardhan sir. I commissioned to Department of Computer Science Engineering, Priyadarshini College, for organizing UGC-sponsored NEP orientation sensitization program. I am really welcome the guests who are present here for the validity functions. Principal of Priyadarshini College of Engineering, Dr. Shri Krishna Dhale sir, Dr. Mohammad Atiq sir, Dr. Leena Padil madam, and co-coordinator of this event, that is Prashant Govardhan sir. At this time, I just attend the last session up to some extent, and I really understand what exactly the NEP means, because when we implemented the NEP, we started with the level 4.55, then 666. So it becomes very difficult to understand how we can begin with the 44 credits for certification programs, then what exactly you require to offer an vocational programs as an exit. Then we go for the next level, that is for 5, and how we can provide them the diploma after the second year, and what kind of subject or skill set that we have to offer during their graduation. This is very important. Again, it gives a very clarity from this session that when you are completing the 3 years, that is for almost 120 credits, and with that 120 credits, that is at the level of 555. When you are offering a occasional degree to the students, what kind of skill set and content is required, that is again very important. And might be participant will get the clarity, particularly when they are designing the curriculum for the programs of the engineering. When we move ahead, then for the sixth level, that is for a degree program and a degree with the honors, with the majors. There are a lot of confusions among when we are framing the syllabus, that what kind of electives, open electives, major from the major programs, what is the that is again it provides a very clarity to all participants. That is again very important. And we move further with the 6.5, 6. So this 3-6 levels really are very challenging when we are designing the syllabus, because you have to move further with that 160 to 170 6 credit to 194 credits. So now this kind of program, because everyone is talking about the NEP 2020, but what exactly it's expected after the implementation, or what exactly the outcome of this NEP, that gives a lot of clarity to the participants to this NEP sensitization and orientation programs, I hope. So this kind of workshops are really essential, particularly for the when we are designing the curriculum, we are developing the curriculums, and meanwhile we have to also try to identify, we should not be dilute what exactly the objective of the certification at the 44 credit level, what will be the objective at 80 credit levels, that is at the diploma levels, what will be the expected outcome from a degree at 120 credits or 136 credits that you are added at a degree level vocational. And meanwhile, same when you are dealing with the one that is 160 to 176 credit, that is for the research, then major, minor, all is expected that it should be formed properly, so it will give the justification to the idea of NEP. That is what is expected from the all participants in curriculum design. Hope this valuable inputs through these workshops really help all the participants to enhance their knowledge regarding the NEP 2020, and it needs to practically implemented in their curriculums. And even you do have some kind of suggestions, then you can give it to your higher authorities or to the your colleagues, so we can make it effective use of the NEP 2030. So I again congratulate to Department of Computer Science Engineering by organizing this kind of event. This is a need of the time that everybody should understand, everybody should participate, and give a very effective NEP 2020 outcomes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Now we would like to take a moment to hear from participants. Anyone who wishes to share their experience, any feedback, or any takeaway from this program. Any participant?
Good afternoon, sir. I would like to speak about it. I am Dr. Preeti Gutekar from Electrical Engineering Department. I would like to firstly thank all the organizers for a wonderful NEP sensitization program. I would like to highlight 2 or 3 sessions over here, especially about Dr. Nidhi Arora, who spoke about the mentor and mentee relationship. So we as an engineering faculty members, we do use this mentor-mentee relationship, but the way she spoke about it and she highlighted the finer points of this relationship, that is what really was worth noting. What for me, the takeaway was how the simple guidance and support can create networking opportunities, both for mentor as well as for mentee and the institution. So that was a key takeaway for me. Then secondly, I would also like to highlight the second session of Dr. Mohammad Atiq sir, who spoke about AI in education. So he has very nicely demonstrated about the use of different AI tools, especially like Notebook LM for us who are into electrical engineering, we don't really use much of the AI tools. So I would like to thank him for use of demonstrating us these tools, Notebook LM and also Open Router AI. So thank you so much, sir. And lastly, I would also like to congratulate Dr. Thomas, sir, for his skill development session today. For me, what was really outstanding was how he has very nicely demonstrated why China is still ahead of India in the teaching learning curve. So the way he has emphasized on the 2 points, like where we are still lagging and how to bridge that gap is what was really noting. So the large gap still exists between the learning process and the placements. And I think that it can be bridged with the help of NEP. So that is all from my side. Thank you so much, sir, and thank you so much, Leena Patil ma'am, for the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Preeti ma'am. Any other participant?
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Myself, Dr. Vijaya Balpande from Computer Science and Engineering Department. The takeaway from this FDP is like how the NEP can be implemented and how the mentor and mentee can be supported in this program. Dr. Atik sir has said about the AI tools to be used in the education in teaching learning process and how it can be used. The various tools he has specified. I would like to thank Dr. Gautam sir also, who has given the highlights on the research tools that can AI research tools that can be used for writing papers, researches, and how it can be helpful for writing the things and specifying the references in the paper. He has given a very thoughtful, useful session. So this session was given a valuable learning experience from all the experts, those who have shared their knowledge. I'm thankful to all the experts. I'm thankful to Leena Patil ma'am and our principal sir for giving us an opportunity to attend such an valuable sessions and to listen to all the expertise. Thank you.
Thank you, Vijaya ma'am. Any other participant want to? Anyone wants to share some thoughts?
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I am Himanshu Taiwade from Priyadarshini College of Engineering, and I would like to firstly, I would like to share that the overall program was highly informative, and it was really an enriching experience for all the participants. The speakers explained the reforms and specifically the multidisciplinary approaches with exceptional clarity and the details. Their insights greatly enhanced the understanding of all the participants, I believe. I sincerely thank the coordinators for their excellent planning, smooth conduction of the sessions, and continuous support throughout the program. So, in short, I would say it was truly a valuable and engaging learning experience. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Anyone else wants to share some thoughts?
Yes, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Namrata Khade from CSE Department, Priyadarshini College of Engineering. I would like to thank to all the organizers, Dr. Atik sir, Dr. Leena Patil ma'am, for conducting such a enriching NEP 2020 session on the NEP orientation and sensitization program. It was a very fruitful sessions on the multidisciplinary domains. Specifically, I would like to thank the expert, Dr. Nidhi Arora ma'am, who explained the mentor-mentee schemes and how to nurture the learners very beautifully. And again, I would like to thank Dr. Atik sir for his wonderful session on AI and its tools. It was a wonderful, enriching session for all of us. Thanks to all the organizers. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Namrata ma'am. Anyone participant wants to say? Okay. So thank you to all the participants for sharing your encouraging feedbacks. Now I request our program organizer, Dr. Mohammad Atiq sir, to address the audience and share his thoughts.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I would like to put on record my sincere thanks to the principal of Priyadarshini College of Engineering and the management for collaborating with us, because you fall under some different university, but still you move ahead along with us, and then we decided to go ahead with this particular collaborative program. Actually, even though the NEP 2020, it has been rolled out way back in July 2020, but still there are certain areas wherein we need to have some clarity, right? And that is the sole objective of organizing this program. So, as I said, that is, you must have enjoyed all the sessions. There are 8 thematic areas of this particular program. As Leena Patil madam has rightly pointed out, that holistic and multidisciplinary education, Indian knowledge system, then academic leadership and governance, and apart from that, higher education and society, research and development, skill development, and student diversity and inclusive education. So we have tried our level best to give you the best of the resource person from all across the nation, I should say, because you must have seen that is there were, and most of them, they are the directors of Malviya Mission's teachers training centers. So all senior faculty members, okay, resource person, have engaged almost all the sessions. And as I said, that is, even though this NEP 2020, the government has rolled out, but there are a lot of challenges and issues, okay, which are popping up. And definitely we need to address all of them as teachers and educators, right? So I hope you must have enjoyed, but I was very keen to know the real feedback. But what has happened, almost everybody has come up with some positive remark, right? So it would have been better if you would have commented some areas wherein we need to improve upon, because there is always scope for improvement. That is my philosophy, right? Anyway, but you can informally be in touch with our center. Okay, even you can send your informal feedback to us so that we can improve upon in those dimensions. Okay, and I hope that the program was a great success, because if you look at the number of participants, it was more than 150. So actually, we have to have minimum 100 is the magic number for us for organizing such programs, and that is why we most of the time we used to collaborate with various institutions. So once again, I thank you all, particularly to all the participants for attending all the sessions sincerely, because I have seen that almost all of you used to be there, and that too your active participation was there. So anyway, once again, thank you, the management and the, you can say, the administrator of Priyadarshini College of Engineering and Management for this collaboration. So this is all from my end. Now it's over to you, Leena Patil ma'am. Hello.
Thank you very much, sir. Now it is my privilege to invite our respected principal, Dr. S. Dhale sir, for the presidential remark. Sir, we request you to bless us.
A very good evening to one and all. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay. I am really thankful to Professor Mohammad Atiq, who has chosen Priyadarshini College of Engineering to be the partner in this particular program, that is NEP sensitization with Malviya Mission Teacher Training Program organized. And the program is quite successful. As you all know, that almost more than 150 participants was there, and the objective was very clear to serve. As it was sensitizing NEP, as we know that the NEP 2020 became a major challenge nowadays for the teacher, because when we talk about the NEP, the complete scheme has to be framed into the credit point of 160 to 176 with so many different aspects, where we are doing the justice with basic sciences, then program core subject, then multidisciplinary, then your humanities subject, particularly IKS, what we call as the Indian knowledge system, and then experiential learning. By doing the justice with all this core thing and putting together in this scheme, it's itself the challenge, right? So it's really difficult, but such type of program really shows the way how we can do this. Because if we want that our student to be groomed in 360-degree apart from the technical domain, so our teacher need to be equipped. Our teacher should understand the importance of this NEP thoroughly, and probably for this thing only such type of program is required to be there. That what exactly NEP talk about, what is the aim and objective of the NEP. As we say that it is to improve the quality of the teaching, to promote online and digital education, to promote the Indian knowledge, Indian language and Indian culture, to inculcate vocational and skill-based education in the student. So these are the certain objectives of the NEP. So to understand all these things, and as Professor Mohammad Atiq said that all the participants during their feedback talk good about, but there are certain gray area which are really to be discussed, because implementation of NEP itself became a headache. Sorry to say this word, but it's really a problem, because how to implement this? Because all of a sudden this comes in and we require to implement. So if you want to have the experiential learning, how to put it in the syllabus, how to collaborate with the industry, how to bring the industry in the campus, how to send students to the industry. So such type of problems are also required to be discussed in such type of program, so that we can really get the way. Because when we talk about the multidisciplinary minors or open electives, there are n number of open electives are there, and student is demanding from where to bring the teacher. And then in that case, we really require the collaboration with the university, collaboration with the good colleges, collaboration with so many institutions, so that in real sense we can do the justice with the NEP. Because the format of NEP seems to be okay, it's fine, it looks very good when we talk about, but when it comes to the implementation part, being a principal, I know how much difficulty we require to face, because it is very difficult to appoint so many teachers at a straight to give so many things to the student. And therefore, without collaboration of the various institutions and various engineering sector and various industry, the implementation of the NEP could not be possible. And henceforth, such gray area is really required to be discussed when such type of program is there. But I am really happy that whatever the deliberation has taken place, the participants are really happy about that. And when I took the feedback, the participants were saying that the speaker were so strict about their lectures and all this thing. They asked to on the cameras, and with name they are asking the question. So all the time we have to be very alert in the program. So I am really happy for that. It has to be like that way. So once again, I am really thankful to the organizer, particularly Leena Patil ma'am and Mohammad Atiq sir, for giving this opportunity to Priyadarshini College of Engineering to host this in collaboration with Sant Gadge Baba, Amravati University, Amravati, and I am really happy to have this. I congratulate all the organizers and participants to be the part of this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your insightful words. It is my privilege to propose vote of thanks on behalf of Priyadarshini College of Engineering, Nagpur and Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University on successful completion of NEP orientation and sensitization program. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speaker for sharing valuable insights on the National Education Policy 2020. We are deeply grateful to our principal, Dr. S. Dhale sir, for his continued support, guidance, and encouragement, without which this program would not have been possible. We also thank our Vice Principal, Dr. G. M. Asutkar sir, for his constant motivation and leadership throughout the planning and execution of this initiative. My sincere thanks goes to Dr. Mohammad Atiq sir, the organizer of this program, for his dedicated efforts and vision in making this program. A special acknowledgement to our program coordinator, Dr. Lina Patil ma'am, for her excellent coordination, seamless planning, and tireless efforts in ensuring the smooth conduction of today's and the all-day programs. To our participants, faculty members, students, and stakeholders, thank you for your active involvement, meaningful interactions, and enthusiastic response. Your presence made this program truly purposeful. Once again, thank you everyone. And here I conclude this program. Thank you everyone.
A special thanks to Ankit Thakur sir,
Yes.
who has always
Actually, he is
sharing.
the backbone of our
Yeah.
MMTC. Anyway.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
Thank you,
you,
sir.
one and all, sir. Thank you, Dhale sir. Thank you, Asutkar sir, for this collaboration. Thank you, Patil madam, and the entire computer science department, I should say, because they were proactively involved in the entire happening. So once again, I propose my vote of thanks on behalf of Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University to the entire team of Priyadarshini group of institution, I should say, but right now we are having only one institute. But so thank you one and all, sir. And the certificates will be distributed, rather it will be there on your WhatsApp group. So what you need to do is you need to download it. Okay. E-certificates will be there. And if you face any problem, you please feel free to contact me at any point of time. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.